Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Williams Return to Glory. In this episode, we are going to Coda, and we're also going to Road America. Huh. Alright, so looking at the pit crew, we're just going to do some rotation, hopefully hire some new people, hopefully find another perfect person. Alright, so we've gone through and we've rotated everybody, still second on the grid. Seems like Mercedes have 21 on every stat. Alright, so from the mail screen, we have stuff about Hamilton at Suzuka, and then we get an interview with David Coulthard on Channel 4. After his victory today, what are your thoughts on Carlos Sainz's exceptional talent? And he has the open to discussing terms with us trait. Alright, so from the driver's tab, we have Ayuma Iwasa. We've not met his terms, so we have to adjust. He does not like that he is a reserve driver. I guess we're just gonna, well, we're gonna pay, just give him 6,000. Let's give him almost 7,000, and then we'll send that through. Alright, so we have another politics vote. We took the bribe from Ferrari to vote yes on this, so we're just going to vote yes on this with 1. Yeah, so we're going to just use 1 voting power, and we're going to vote for. Alright, and it does not go through. Alright, so from the part improvement screen, we have the new front wing that we just got in. We're going to have both the reliability and the stats maxed out, so we're going to have 2 identical front wings to put on the cars. So, yeah, we've had empty performance and reliability for these last couple weeks. I've been working on some of the extra parts we have just because I just happened to do something. Alright, so from the part design screen, I just wanted to show kind of where we were compared to everyone else, just because we haven't done this in a while. I think we're going to just focus on doing some rear wing stuff because it's going to take us shorter. We're only going to build maybe 1 or 2 of them just to get the average up because we're currently bottom there. We're almost bottom on the suspension, and we're bottom with the gearbox, and we're 6th with the engine, 8th overall. So we're just going to work on the rear wing just because we're almost tied there with the gearbox, but we can do the gearbox later in the year. Alright, so building our new rear wing, we're just going to do that stat. It's going to be done 1 hour after the race, so this should be done for the next Grand Prix we go to. Alright, so looking at Formula 2, we have Timo Bernard, the young rookie himself, currently first in the driver's standings, getting that win. We have Frederick Vesti and Felipe Drugovich finishing off the podium. Just going to scroll through real quick, show where everyone else finished. Looking at the championship, Timo Bernard is in the lead ahead of Dan Ticktum. Yeah, just we're starting to get a little bit of a spread up here at the top. Frederick Vesti in 4th, kind of, I guess we'd consider him part of that front pack. They got Yuma Iwasa, who we're trying to sign as a reserve driver ahead of the rest of the field. Yeah, it's still, I think it's a pretty big pack from Yuma Iwasa all the way down to Rene Rast, and then it's Sargent from Kvyat at the bottom. That's just kind of too spread out. Looking at the team championship, it's tight for the top 3. We are got a little bit of a pack 4th to 6th, and then yeah, just very kind of spread out here until you get to Charus and Campos or pit pattern around in the back. Alright, so from the driver's screen, we've not met terms with Ayuma Iwasa, so we are going to adjust the terms. We're just maxing this out and then hoping that he accepts because we are not going to give him anything other than reserve driver status. Right, so getting ready to go to Coda. We have Ponos on the car. We're going with 15-10-10 tire selection. We added the new front wing to Albon's car. I also gave him the better engine, which is only like 20 points better than the other one. So looking at the calendar, actually, I think when we changed Mexico from the layout it was before to the track C layout, it registers it as Road America because I guess there's some funky things with the database. So yeah, so we now have 3 U.S. Grand Prix, which is kind of funny because it's in line with real life. But Anyways, we're going to move on to Coda. Alright, so getting ready for practice. Still no reserve driver. We're going with Albon and Vettel. We're going to focus on the soft tire and then maybe also focusing on the medium tire as well, just because I like having those two options heading into the race. But anyways, we're going to skip through practice. Alright, so following practice from Coda, we had Vettel 10th, Albon 9th, and top of the board was Charles Leclerc. Alright, so getting ready for qualifying, we have Albon on quali trim level 2, unable to get that to level 3, we have sweeter spots, and for Vettel we only have qualifying trim level 2, but looking at the setup, perfect, I think 98, 98, and we're going to move on to qualifying. Alright, so Albon starts his first lap, which is going to be purple, then green. We're just going to see how far down he is once he crosses the line. And both cars are about 2 seconds off. Alright, so here comes Albon starting his second flying lap. We're going to see where he ends up here. Right, they're both up first sector, they're both up middle sector. Albon stays 13th, Vettel goes 9th. Alright, so we're riding on board here with Vettel. I don't think he's going to make it to the line, and he does not. We're going to watch what Albon does here on his final try. Right, he's up first sector. He's up second sector. He's going to go. Or he's going to stay 13th. Alright, so on the grid for the US Grand Prix, we're going to go with race trim and soft tire level 3 on both cars. Setup-wise, 98, 98. And then we're going to push like hell, at least for the first couple laps. Just get the temperatures up because it looks like they're going to hold pretty even on the tire wear, or tire heating. So we're going to move on to the starting grid. Alright, so your starting grid for Coda is Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, George Russell, Pierre Gasly, Robert Schwartzman, Dennis Hauger, Sebastian Vettel, Teo Pourchaire, Alex Albon, Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, and Daniel Ricciardo, Lance Stroll, Kevin Magnussen, Mick Schumacher. Alright, here we go with the 5 red lights. We got top 9 all on super soft tires. We are 1 of 4 on the softs, so we're just going to push, get these at about medium heat. Actually, we're going to actually push it about halfway into the kind of third bar. Then we're going to see where we can what we can do here. Alright, we're going to put them immediately onto neutral. Alright, Vettel is in 11th, Albon's in 13th. Pretty sure this is exactly where they started. Our goal here is to hopefully get just a one-stop strategy. I didn't feel confident putting them on the medium tires when we only had level 2 on it, so maybe would have been a smart idea just to split them there. Yeah, tire temps are falling hard. It's like we're going to have to be almost on a consistent push throughout the race. We're going to have both drivers push. We have Vettel behind Pourchaire. Vettel just passes Pourchaire. I think it's really cool that we have a driver like him that we had in our team, but is now working for another team. Alright, we're in the points. I'm unsure if we are going to be able to make this a one-stop. It's going to be close. Alright, we're going to have both of them go onto neutral. Albon, no, we're going to just put them on neutral, screw it. Alright, Vettel. Just going to be bouncing between pushing and then being on neutral. We have to get to lap 20. And then we can pit on lap 20, and then we'll make it to the end. We're starting to get low on the temperatures. Alright, now we're going to put both of them on a push for a little bit. Alright, we're up to 8th place as Schwartzman pits. Hopefully Schwartzman gets caught up in the pack, and he's unable to make some moves there. We're going to see some people ahead of us starting to pit, like Norris and Russell. Norris, I think, is in reach. Russell's kind of on the cusp. Alright, so we're pushing. Okay, now we're going to put both of them onto neutral, and we're going to hopefully save tires until we have to bring them down pit road. Yeah, this is looking not good. I'm just going to keep them on neutral. I know the tires are going to get cold here, and we're going to lose pace. Alright, tire wear's getting bad. They're getting cold. I'm going to wait until this is lap 20. Not pit on 20, but we're going to... Alright, now we're going to start pushing these tires just because we can. So we need to put heat in them. So Vettel's going to push. Alright, we're across the line for Vettel. We're going to tell him to pit this lap with the softs on. Doing the same for Pourchaire. Or, it's not Pourchaire. Jesus. Albon. This is what we get for having a temporary driver in for 3 races. Alright, so Vettel is going to come in. We're going to have him push out of the box. Alright, Vettel stays 11th, which is good. We should get by Hauger here pretty soon. So we're just going to push until we are very close to overheating the tires, and then we're going to go on to neutral. So Albon's not too far behind us on track. Looks like we need another pit stop out of everyone ahead of us for us to get Albon into the points. But we're going to need Pourchaire to do something here as we down a spot with Albon. Okay, we're starting to overheat the tires, which is good because we can just put them on at neutral and then hopefully keep them there for a while. We are catching Pourchaire, who Pourchaire is going to pit probably next lap or so. Alright, so Pourchaire pits. Hopefully he comes out behind Albon, and he does. Or he does not. Sorry, I got him confused with Ricciardo, who's moving down the list. So Albon is in 14th. He's behind Pourchaire. He's getting passed by Hauger. Just managing these tires. Alright, we're going to push. We're going to use about 0.2 of fuel. Actually, not even 0.2. I'm probably put it at 0.15. So we're going to watch Vettel here on his fuel. We're just going to see what he can do. Alright, we're going to have him go on to neutral. Albon gets passed, so we're going to turn up his engine mode. Leclerc is probably going to have to pit. He might not, actually. His tire wear is about the same as ours. Magnussen has crashed out, but Magnussen was in the back, so it doesn't really matter for us. We get a VSC. So we're going to have both cars conserve. If Vettel is able to, I'm actually going to pit Vettel onto the soft tires, and it looks like he's going to be able to, so we're going to pit him onto the super softs. Alright, we're not going to have time to do that, so actually we're going to just wait. No, we're not going to be able to pit him, so. Alright. We're going to go attack. Attack, attack. And we're going to go high engine mode with Vettel. So we're just going to attack to get the heat into the tire. Alright, we're going to put Vettel on the medium. Hopefully we're able to... Oh man, that puts Gasly right behind us. That's going to screw us. Alright, so now we can put them both on neutral. Albon is in 11th place. He's behind Pourchaire. Man, we're so close with Albon here. He needs to get by him quickly. Alright, we're starting to lose. Yeah, we're not going to have enough fuel to do that, so we're going to hold them on a neutral here, and it looks like they're going to be neutral to the end of the race. Pourchaire looks like he's going to get us here. Schwartzman's going to have enough tire to be able to push to the end. We're going to just go on high until we're about 0.07. Going going to keep an eye on Albon here. Yeah, we got 2 laps remaining, so we're just going to have both of these guys go on to push just to keep the tire temperatures in it. I know we're low on the tire wear, but we need to just maintain these positions here. We get another blue flag for Albon. We're on the final lap now. So we're just pushing him, pushing him, pushing him, pushing him. Looks like Vettel's going to cross the line, but he's going to have another lap to complete. Albon's going to finish 11th, unfortunately. Gonna still have to work on Vettel here. Just gonna keep an eye on him. He's on 12%. Come around the final corner, we're gonna get Vettel in 8th place. Alright, so following Coda, actually a little bit disappointed, but we still got points, which is a good thing. But yeah, we had Albon finishing 1 point, or 1 position out of the points. Get Théo Pourchaire getting his first points, so unless F1 starts between 2 different teams, he's able to get points before Albon does, which is unfortunate. Your points are Pourchaire, Gasly, Vettel, Russell, Norris, Perez, Sainz. Your podium, Verstappen, Hamilton. Your winner, Leclerc. Looking at your Drivers' Championship, Albon drops down to 18th place as Pourchaire secures a point. It's funny, Alfa Romeo have 4 drivers in the standings technically with Bottas, Schwartzman, Pourchaire, and Zhou. And their 2 part-time drivers for this year have scored points. Looking ahead, we've not had any changes up in the front. Hamilton is far enough behind Leclerc where it's almost impossible, and it might actually be impossible. And I think it is mathematically impossible for Leclerc to lose the championship at this moment. Vettel, 9 points behind Gasly. Seems like we're best case scenarios we can get ahead of Gasly before the end of the year, which would be cool. We're far enough ahead of Alonso where we're not going to be too worried heading these last couple races. So yeah, we're sitting in a good position here. Looking at the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull have got a little bit of a lead over Mercedes. Got Ferrari ahead enough to where, yeah, they're pretty much going to secure the Constructors' Championship soon, or they might have already, too lazy to do the math for it. We have ourselves, we are ahead of Alpine by enough to where they need just a shocker of the last 3 races to be able to catch us. Alright, so following Coda, we're going to leave with $798,000 added to the bank. For those interested, here's your Formula 3 results. This is their 8th of 9 races, so this looks pretty good for James Headley here, who finishes on the podium. We have Cameron Doss winning with Lucas Auer behind him. Like I said before, Headley, last step of the podium. We're going to scroll through here, show where everyone else finished. Yeah, so with 1 race left, it looks like James Headley, unless something shocking happens. Actually, that 15-point gap, if Hulkenberg gets an absolutely amazing race next week, he could win the F3 title. But yeah, it looks like it's just going to be between Headley and Hulkenberg heading into, I believe, Monza. Yeah, just good top 3. Big pack all the way down to about 14th, and then we've got from Foster down to Browning at the bottom. We've got a pack back here. Team standings, top 3 pack. Got a bit of a no man's land here for Prema, and then we got another pack here from 5th to 8th, and then we have Genzer in last. Alright, so from the driver's screen, we have a contract agreed with Ayumu Iwasa, so we will have a reserve driver in our team. Alright, looking at the pit crew, we're going to do some rotation. Alright, so we've gone through and we've rotated our crew. Hired 1 new person who's good in all the stats, but I forgot their name. But yeah, we should be set for next year when we get some refueling. We got enough people in here who are good at refueling that I'm not going to be too worried about that. So from the part design screen, I think we are going to, instead of going with this one that gives us more performance, since we're going to focus on the rear wing, we're just going to do this just to get 1 done before the race. So we'll have 2 new rear wings to debut for Road America. Alright, so looking at the mail screen, we got stuff about last weekend. We got an interview with Autosport. There are rumors of dirty practices at the last FIA vote. Pundits are and Williams fans are questioning your integrity. What do you say in your defense? We're just gonna reject the allegations. Alright, so from part improvement, we are going to add the rear wing to performance and reliability. We're just going to focus to get it done as quickly as possible because we have that new rear wing that's going to be here before the race. So hopefully we're able to put that in here and get it prepared and ready for Road America. So from the sponsor screen, we just had another slot open up, and we have a very obvious choice ahead of us. Earl Carley pays a little bit more than PWT, and Honda pays a lot more than all of them. So we're gonna go with Honda because we already have Honda on the rear wing, so they will be on the car for the next 32 races. All right, just to show where the Honda logo is, we are gonna put it, or we're gonna put it, so it's put right here, and then we also have the one on the rear wing, and this will carry over into next year, along with our AlphaTauri sponsorship. Alright, so from part improvement, we have the new rear wing in 1324 with a 1409 cap. Yeah, it's better than our previous wing. We'll have a little bit of performance added to it. Actually, we'll just scale this back a little bit just so it's... Actually, not. No, we're just going to bump this to 50. We're going to get the performance done on it, and we'll switch the rear wing over to one of the cars. And yep, we're going to go ahead and design another rear wing. Alright, so while designing the rear wing, I realized that since the Great tier has a lot of risk stuff, we're just going to build a risky part, just get it done as quickly as possible so we can build another wing. I was thinking potentially we could just do all the way down to get to Epic. We put one of the Epics on, and then instead of picking one of these, we will pick these two. So we will end up with a good wing that we can use, and we don't have to worry about any roll breaks. But in the meantime, we're going to build this because it's the fastest wing that we can build. Actually, it's not the fastest wing we can build. We can do this. Alright, so just to show that it exists and we're never going to put it on the car, here's the rear wing that we just built. That's a medium risk. We're gonna go ahead and build the Epic wing. Alright, so this is the rear wing that we're going to build. This should take 17 days, or 19 days actually. And we are going to, yeah, just build it because we're going to be able to get some legendary stuff here. It looks like we're either going to pick one of these two, but yep, we're going to build it. It'll be done for the next race. Alright, so getting ready for Not Mexico, we're going to put on Ponos. We're going to go 15, 10, 10. We've gone through and we've kind of reallocated some of the parts. So better engine for Albon, but he's lacking the brakes. Got the same front wing, gearbox. Vettel gets a better gearbox. We put the better rear wing onto Albon's car, but the wing that's on Vettel's car is going to become better. And then we have the better suspension on Albon, but we're going to move on and we're going to go to Road America. Alright, so getting ready for practice at Road America, we're going to put Albon and Vettel on the car, and we are putting the super softs on. We got wet weather later in the practice, but we're going to focus on trying to get some super soft tire knowledge, just in case it's a short range that we can make the super soft tire work, and this will help us in qualifying. But anyways, on to practice. Alright, so following practice from Road America, we were 10th and 9th in the top of the board with Charles Leclerc. Alright, so getting ready for Road America qualifying, we're going to do Super Soft Level 3, Quali Trim Level 2 for both cars. We are messing with the setup a little bit because we were unable to kind of hit on it perfectly in practice, but yeah, that won't affect our run. We should get some rain in the beginning, and then we can send them out straight onto a dry track. Alright, so Vettel comes around the final corner. He's going to start his first flying lap on a fully dry racetrack, so we should do a little bit better than what we'd actually do if this was just a straight dry session. All right, we go 5th and 7th. All right, so Albon comes off the final corner. We're going to focus on Vettel, though. This should be his final lap of qualifying. All right, they're both up first sector. Okay, Albon's down middle sector, so is Vettel. And we're going to stay 11th and 14th. Oh, no, we're going to go 10th and 12th. All right, so on the grid for Road America, the rain that I saw in the forecast was very minimal, so we are going to try to get these soft tires to last until about lap 20 or something, and then we're going to pit on the inners for a couple laps, and then we're going to go straight onto the super soft tire. And hopefully this trait here kind of helps us in that last stint of the run here, and we can kind of gain a couple positions at the end there. But this is going to be our setup 98-98, and then this is going to be our driver strategy. We're going to move on to the starting grid. All right, so your starting grid for Road America is Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, George Russell, Lando Norris, Pierre Gasly, Robert Schwartzman, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Alex Albon, Dennis Hauger, Teo Pourchaire, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Esteban Ocon, Kevin Magnussen. All right, so we're getting ready to start here. I'm gonna keep it at this bad angle. I hate the tracks that have like these weird straightaways with these stands with covers over them. Like them in real life, don't like them in the game. Yeah, we're just going to keep an eye on these temperatures. We're going to get them to about halfway, which we've just already hit, and we're going to put them immediately onto neutral. I think it's going to be one of those races where we're going to be focusing on our tire temperatures. Albon is all the way up into 6th place, down to 7th, doing a really, really good job. So we didn't do too much with the parts changes, so maybe just giving him those extra bits of important parts for this racetrack has helped him out a little bit here with his pace. We have Ocon right behind him. Ocon started like next to dead last on the start there, so that's very impressive for him. We're gonna have to conserve tires here, so that's gonna be good for our longevity of the tires. Yeah, we're gonna probably keep them on conserve for a long time, probably well into probably lap 19, 20. Then we're going to pit onto the intermediates and then onto the soft tire. I know it would be easier just to go on to the soft tire and make it last through that stint of rain, but I'm just going to try. Or actually, we could just have one of these guys go onto the softs again, which would mean we need to go 18-18. So I guess we'll put whoever's lowest down on the grid straight onto the softs, and then we'll put the other person on the more aggressive strategy. Alright, so Albon's going to get past here for 9th. For 8th, drop him down into 9th. We got Schwartzman ahead of us, who's an actual car that we can compare ourselves to. He's on the super soft tire, so I think he should be looking to get removed from the top 10 here soon, especially with how much wear he's got on the tires. We're going to keep conserving. We're just going to keep these cars just kind of pattering around, so... Schwartzman pits. He's going to drop back about 5 seconds off of Vettel. We got both cars in the points at the moment. That would be awesome if we could maintain this. Alright, we're going to put both of them onto neutral here. We're going to at least pit one of them once their tires start to wear out. Maybe we can go softs onto super softs so we can keep one person. We're going to keep Vettel conserving. And we're going to have Albon push, and we're going to have Albon do the aggressive strategy. But you know what? I think that's actually what we're going to do on both cars. We're going to go softs onto super softs. We're going to keep it through the rain. The rain's not going to be so much that we're going to be overburdened by it. So, yeah, we're just going to keep these tires on throughout this rain here, and hopefully we see some people pitting for some wet tires. Alright, it's getting damp. Still damp, still damp, still damp. Does anybody pit on inters? Looks like the answer is a resounding no. No, we have everyone pitting straight onto another set of dry compound tires. So we're going to put both cars onto neutral here. And then we're going to have them pit onto, we're going to have Actually, we'll have them both push here while it's still kind of raining out. All right, we're going to pit Albon next time by onto the super soft tire. Ooh. Shoot. Alright, looks like we're just going to have to conserve that tire pretty much the whole run. We're going to have Vettel go maybe an extra lap. You know what? No, we're going to keep Albon out too. We're going to have him conserve. We're going to have him back up, actually. Alright, put him on conserve. Alright, and we're going to pit him this time onto the super soft tire. We're going to do the same for Vettel. Oh, that is a worn tire from qualifying. I need to make sure I didn't just do that for Albon. Alright. We have them both on conserve. We're going to have them both conserve out of the pits too. So we have Albon in 10th place. We've got Schwartzman ahead of us. We've got Ocon ahead of us. Alright, we're just going to keep conserving here until these tires get pretty cold, and then we're going to put them on to neutral. Also, we need to start conserving gas as well, which is unfortunate because we weren't paying attention to their fuel delta. We're going to get that to about 0.2. Actually, we probably get it to like 0.15. Actually, no, 0.2 is fine. Alright, we're going to have them go on to neutral. Neutral. Keep the conserving going for a little bit. Alright, medium. Medium. Alright, let's see what Ocon or Albon can do. This tires. Norris has got freshies. We're able to kind of gap him just a little bit here. We've got Schwartzman in our sights ahead of us. His fuel delta is not going down as much as I thought it would. We need to keep Norris behind us. We need to make sure we can't really push here on the tires because the tires are going to start falling off too hard. Norris is falling back. Albon's up to 9th. Hopefully we can get Schwartzman here. Schwartzman's kind of struggling on his tires. We're going to keep them on neutral. We're going to actually have them both go on low engine mode just for a bit to make sure. We're actually going to have them both conserve because their tires are getting a little too hot. Alright, both good on the fuel. Final lap is starting. Looks like Albon is in the points, which is good for him. Alright, so it looks like we're going to start the final lap here. We are about 4 seconds off of Schwartzman. Alright, we got some gas in the car, so we're going to go neutral and high. We're going to focus on Vettel here, actually, just for a little bit. Just get him just there. Go on a medium. Have Albon go just there and on the medium. Or actually have him just go straight out attack for the final lap, just because screw it. Let's see if Albon can get Schwartzman. Does not look like he will, and he will cross the line in the points. Get his first points of the season. Alright, so following Road America, we have Vettel in 12th. Your points are Norris. We get Albon his first points of the year. Schwartzman, Verstappen, Sainz, Perez, Gasly, Russell on the podium, along with Leclerc, and your winner, Lewis Hamilton. Looking at your Drivers' Championship, we have Albon moving ahead of Pourchaire as he gets his 2 points from that race. Schwartzman moving up ahead of Bottas with 7 points total. Schwartzman doing an amazing job in the Alfa Romeo. Looking up ahead, we have Perez moving ahead of Norris. Hamilton not able to close the gap between him and Leclerc, but Leclerc is your Drivers' Champion anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Looking at the Constructors' Championship, Alfa Romeo are having a bit of a charge here, especially with Schwartzman, what he's been able to do. A bit too little too late, but not impossible. They need to score 28 points in the next 2 races, so that actually is pretty impossible for the performance of that team. We're sitting pretty in 5th. We would need a shock result from Alpine and us not scoring in these final couple races to actually get any movement here. But Mercedes have overtaken Red Bull for 2nd in the Constructors' Championship, and McLaren are all by themselves in 4th. Alright, so following Road America, we are going to gain $677,000. Alright, so for those interested, here's the F2 results. Neil Yanni is going to win, and I believe that's his first race because he only has 25 points. I think he's the replacement for Yuma Iwasa, so he wins on debut. We have Victor Martins right behind, and then we have Felipe Drugovich third on the podium. Just going to scroll through here, show the results real quick. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, we got a 13-point difference between Timo Bernhard and Dan Ticktum. One race remaining, so that'll be an interesting fight to see. Looks like it is just mathematically between Ticktum and Bernhard, as Daruvala is a little too far behind. Looking at the team's championship, ART have a 17-point lead over Van Amersfoort. So, yeah, just a little bit spread out. We got a couple people that are kind of in places where it doesn't look like it's going to change, but we got MP High Tech, Trident Dams that are all in position to kind of overtake another team going into the final round. All right, so that's the end of the episode. We had 2 okay races. We finished 8th and I believe 9th at Road America. Yeah, we finished 9th. We got Albon his first points of the year, which is great. It's always nice to have both your drivers score points because it's kind of important to have 2 equal parts of a team. Yeah, we got a lot of just different things happening. We got Yuma Iwasa on the car. We've been focusing on that rear wing development. Yeah, we have Leclerc mathematically securing the championship, and then we have Pourchaire getting his first point. So it's cool to see that all 3 of the drivers that we've had in our team this year have scored a point in F1, even if Pourchaire's wasn't with us. But yeah, successful episode with the Albon point situation. Would hope that we were able to kind of pip, some people there and get both cars in the points last race if I want to be critical about it. But just still good to get those 2 points for Albon. But if you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, all that dumb YouTube stuff, and hope you have a good rest of your week.